How beautiful is this view? I love it every time you come up to this height and the clouds are covering your entire city, seeing the rays of the sun shining through the clouds, certain areas under the cover of the clouds. I think it is absolutely stunning. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Coral Reeches, and I think this place is shaping out so nicely. We've got this town all the way over there taking shape in live streams. We've got the big town of Shepherd over here. This is Old Mills Town. I mean, this is looking very good. And then the industrial area that's starting to take shape all the way in that corner over there. Everything's starting to blend together very nicely. In the last video, we built all of this industrial area and we created a ton of jobs. And all of our people are pretty much employed now. I think we've got employment down or unemployment down to 4.3%. It's actually gone up from the last video, and that's because over in this town, in the live stream, we did quite a bit of expansion with the low density areas of the town, as well as the space. And I tried to get in a couple of elementary schools to try and help with the education. Doesn't really help, so I still need to put a whole lot of that. I also got myself the cool mod that allows me to no longer have that white screen that comes up every single time. I've forgotten what the mod is called. In fact, let's just go in and see it quickly. It is called Whiteness Toggle, which is fantastic. Turns off all of that white stuff, and now you can go into any menu and I don't have to worry about that super bright screen. But yeah, this town is taking shape. It's looking very good. But today, the aim of today is to get going on the main city once again. But what I want to do is that I want to try and bring this avenue out and sort of get it to the end over here, because from this point on, it's just going to be low density residentials. Let me just get this avenue going. Now, I've got this extension to the post-sorting facility that will prevent me from doing that. So for the purposes of this, I think we're going to get rid of that. I'm going to change the location, or at least how the rail line bends. And then we're going to get this avenue to extend all the way and have it just terminate over here. And then we will turn our attention back to the city where we will start expanding. And if at any point our unemployment rate gets into the double digits, we'll take a trip back here and expand on the industrial area. So I'm going to try and balance the two from this point on. I'm not going to let one get completely out of control anymore, because I do not want a repetition of what happened the last time. All right, everybody, let's get started. All right, I think we've got something set up. So we've got the avenue now that extends all the way out to this side. This is where it's going to end. Once I put a stop here, this should disappear. And then because the trams are reversible, it comes, it stops, and it should be able to get back out again, and off it goes. And then I'm making use of the small railway over here. And I see the land here is quite a bit wonky, especially the train track. I think the train track cannot be this high. So this one, I think I should definitely send it down. And let me just do that quickly before I forget. Okay, how's that? I think that should be much better. Yes, so now we've got a slightly straighter track coming in. Over on this road, it's fine. I'm happy with the little bump up and down. I think that is a bit more realistic. And then we will build out this entire place when we eventually get to it. So over in this corner, traffic is slowly starting to pile up. This is actually a good time, But I've been seeing the traffic piling up quite a bit as a lot of cars go down this way and cars are starting to come down this way as a way of cutting through here and getting to this place, or going down this way and then accessing the industrial area. So what I want to do is I want to build a bit of a slightly flowy interchange over here just so that traffic flows a bit better. And then I don't have to worry about it again for the foreseeable future, because I am going to be developing here. We are going to be expanding, and the last thing I want to worry about is the chaos of, an intersection. So we're gonna build some kind of an interchange. I don't know what it's going to look like. What I do know is that it's probably going to be messy. It's probably going to be unnecessarily complicated. But you know what? I know I'm gonna enjoy building it. Let's get right into it. All right, man, this is turning out to be something. This is the chaos that I had hoped for. Something that is just all over the place with cars coming on and off, going in all sorts of directions. And I've left the road in such a way that the plan is to have extensions to it. So this area will get fed from places out of this side. And the plan is this will also go in that direction. And development here will feed into this road, which will then come into this. And all sorts of chaos is ensuing. So I believe I should have a direction from everywhere. So coming from here, you can go that way. You can go straight, come down and go in that direction. And of course, you can go that way. Coming from here, you can go this way. I think from here, you can come get on this way and that way. And yeah, I think everybody can get into every other direction. Cool. I think that's good enough. Let's unpause. Let's see what the cars are going to do. But my expectation is that I should hopefully have a nice free-flowing area with cars flying in all sorts of directions. I do anticipate that this coming all the way here to do a roundabout and then get on here might cause a bit of an issue at some point, but I'll keep an eye on it. For now, I think this is good. It looks the chaos that I want it to look. It does the job. Traffic is flowing. We'll check back in on it a little bit later, probably closer to the end of the video, to make sure that it is still carrying all of the traffic that it is meant to. And I also wanted to incorporate quite a number of roundabouts. It's something that I quite enjoy. I love the look of roundabouts in intersections like this. So yeah, this is giving me the opportunity to try out all kinds of different shapes and funky stuff. Like over here, for example, where I had two pillars. Instead of just using Anarchy to get through it and deleting this, I thought I would make use of, the contours of the road and get around it, which I think it all adds very, very nicely to the aesthetics of everything else. The only thing I wish I could avoid is these cars that tend to use this as a shortcut instead of just continuing straight. I don't know how I stop that from happening. I think the only way is if I get a speed controlling mod of some sort and I'm able to change the speed on this road and lower it a bit, and then we'll force the cars to continue using this. But for now, I'm gonna have to put up with it. Now, using the move it mod, if I go into manipulation mode, I can come down to each of these points where the road intersects and I can shift these nodes, right? So I shift this one all the way back, as far back as I can. And then I can grab the one in front, shift it also back, and I can get a nice smooth merger between the roads. And I think that looks so much better. So I want to do that for all of these points where the roads merge, and then we shall move on to other agendas. Alright, I think that should be every merge point now, and yep, I think we are good. Everything looks nice and smooth. The nice, better smooth edges of the lanes as the way they merge. I think this looks a lot better. I think I missed this one. So this one we can just do quickly, just drag that out, and I think that turns out quite alright. Okay. Cool, so we are done with this intersection for now. I did a couple of upgrades off camera where I made a couple of these more lanes just to make it flow easier, I think. So overall, I am happy with the way everything has turned out. I think we can turn our attention now to other stuff. So in the last video, after I built all of that industry, I deleted all the industry over here. I am about to do the exact same thing to this one. Now, I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I know deleting this is going to be a pain, but I want to get rid of this because I want to allow this avenue to extend all the way through this space and join up to here. And I didn't like the way this has shaped up because terminating the road here has left this place looking a little bit out of place. I truly have no idea how I'm going to connect up everything here. So instead, what I want to do is that make this basically follow the pattern that I had originally in mind, which is to have an avenue that crosses this side, and then we'll rework all of this around the new road that is going to cut through all of this landscape. My unemployment rate is currently sitting at 4.8%. I expect by removing all of this industry that is probably going to go up, but that is fine. If that happens, we will do a little bit of expansion and then just build out a little bit more industry over on that side and just make everything fit in as best as we can. So with that, let's start clearing out this place. Let's lay out this road and let's see what the whole place turns out like. Alrighty, we have filled in, or well, not filled in. We have built out the roads here. I just want to check this out quickly. I'm gonna try and make all of these trees nice and big, and I am going to just plop down a whole bunch of trees just over this area. Oh no, wrong tree asset. I just want to put down a whole bunch of trees over here so that this place looks a nice rich like hill mountain type thing that's sitting over here, because that's what I want this area to look like. And then when we get round to building this place, we will change up all of this to match whatever ideas pop in my head when the time comes. So all right, so here we go. The road is all connected up now. It's going all the way around. It connects up to here, and now I can have a nice long tram route that can connect up this entire sort of downtown to this area when it is good and ready. I've reconnected up the train line, even though nothing is really built here. I think we're gonna start building something here, not right now, but probably in the next video or two. Let me unpause the game, see how things flow out. We had a whole bunch of people who are just in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure they're all gonna make their way back to the road and figure their way back home. Over here, I thought I would make this some kind of a train storage area. So I just added a few of these assets. I'm not sure if I can change their color. Oh, I can change their colors. So I can make them. Can I? Oh, it's not going to the blue. I need to figure out how this actually. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I can adjust them and bring it all the way out to the side. So I can go ahead and do stuff like this, which can make it look like it is the main trains that are running on this part of the rail yard, which is this one. Oh, great. Look at that. I can even copy that color as well, which is nice. Then that means I can come back to you and paste you. No. Okay, I'll figure that out off camera. But yeah, I will probably color these a mix of whatever this blue and the second train line that I plan on connecting up to this space that is going to extend out into that far reaches of the region. We can then find a spot for the what's this thing? The tram station, which, not tram station, man. The tram depot. Maybe it can sit somewhere around here feeding this area, which I think will be good, or maybe even bring it out a little further out this way. It can sit over on this side, and then I just have a connection that goes straight and feeds that side of the world. So maybe put it right over here, and then I can go ahead and connect up the tram line from here to here, and I think that should be good enough to connect, yeah, to turn both directions. And all I've got to do now is put a little road over on this side. I don't foresee there being too many vehicles on here, so I'll just connect this up over on here, and then we can go ahead and connect you up also to this side. But why is it's weird? It's not straight. Look at that. You know what? It's fine. I'll fix that off camera. Cool. So that's now connected. How is that? Okay, cool. The descent is not too shabby. And then we can have trams start running in the city very, very soon. I think let me expand out on the city a little bit, and then we'll work out the tram routes that we're going to have. Let's give it an extra station. This is actually a station, an extra set of vehicles. And I actually think that we might be able to put a second one here, and it goes down this road and then connects up to this and then connects up to the main network. But that's what I'm thinking for now. I think this is all right. I will decide whether I will convert this place back into industrial or if I will build something else that's yet to be seen. But I think that is a problem for a future me. So with all of that change, if we have a look at our unemployment, it is currently sitting at 5.2%, 5.3%, which is not too bad. I honestly thought it was going to be worse because with the amount of jobs that we basically just deleted, I expect to see that our jobs, yeah, it has gone down a little bit, but it's not too bad, which is good. So that means that we can use the rest of this video and do a little bit of expansion, let the town sort of balance itself out, and then we'll work out whether we expand with a little bit more industry that side, industry this side, or whatever. So what I want to do today first on the agenda for me is I want to shift the position of this building. So these buildings are all clustered together quite hectically, and thanks for the feedback on the video in which I built all of this. One of the ones that really stood out for me was the fact that the thing that looks most out of place about this downtown is just how all of these tall buildings are clustered. And generally you would want your your downtown a little bit more spread out, which I think makes sense, and it's also something that I think I want. So I want to go ahead and just expand out the road networks around here a little bit. So I'm gonna send this one all the way out to, let's say, that side, and then I'm going to use a picker mod to grab this building, and then I'm going to come and I'm going to stick it right here next to the schools. Right, so I think its position will sit over there, and then I will get rid of this one here, which is quite big. So what is this? This is an office, so we're gonna lose a lot of jobs with that one. The unfortunate thing is that there's no 4x5 office or a 4x5 mid density commercial or a 4x5 mixed residential. So we're gonna go and we're gonna put in a mid density high res building, and I want to grab one that is tall-ish so that it fits into all of this area. Now this is a low rent, so I'm not sure if it will actually stay, but for now we'll put that there. Hopefully it's not the end of the world, and I would love to try out the color mod at this point and see if it's possible to change the color and make it maybe a little bit brighter. All right, so it looks like that's about as bright as it's going to get, so it's all good. I'm not going to stress myself too much. I think that it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I can go ahead then in a place like here, try and see if we put down one of the high office buildings, if we can get a nice tall one growing that hopefully will not shoot out taller than this one, but we'll see. If it comes out taller, I will probably remove it and get something that is slightly shorter and try and balance out the height in and around the space. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and fill out this block over here. We're going to try and stick in as many offices and stuff as we can, just to try and keep up with the jobs and the number of people that will hopefully be moving into our town going into the future. Okay, let's see. Let's see what has come up of this place. So this place has densified quite a lot, and as I look at it, I think to myself, this building is definitely too tall. I definitely want it going down a little faster than it actually is right now. Maybe it's my insistence to put the high school and the elementary school over on this side. Maybe that is what is breaking things up. Well, you know what, it's not the end of the world, because I'm thinking that over on this side I can just have another tall one sort of poking between all of this, which should in theory make it look okay. So for now I'm going to leave it. I think this is all right. That is it's gonna do the job. And then over here I will just put a, oh, I thought I had a nice one of these ones over here. Clearly not. Oh, I think it's zoned off against that side. So let me find myself a nice 3x3. Let it be residential. And then I think I can just squeeze something in here. Should it be tall? No, I don't want it to be tall. I think it should be short. So let's get maybe one of the North American ones, one of these, and stick that one in there. And I think that is okay. And the only thing is this one is fine. I think this one is not. I think this one is not. How much it covers this one is what I don't like. So we'll go ahead and get rid of this one. Let's just delete that. And this is a 3x4. So let me find myself a 3x4. So I'm looking at these 3x4 European ones. I think one of these squeezed in here should be perfectly fine, and that allows us to sort of look like it's tapering down, and most of this area then can just be mid density so that you can still see everything that's happening there in the background. I don't think it's too shabby. It's not the prettiest for now, but as we shape up everything, I think it will all come together. I want to just take some time and probably detail around. Oh, also another thing is I'm trying to now add a little bit of green spaces in the actual city. So in and around here, I'll put some places that people can chill, people can relax, just so that it's not too much of a concrete jungle like this area is. So just break it up with a little bit of those. That's the plan. Let me see if I can just fill in a few more places. right, I think we have built a lot. Oh my word. Okay, so we have filled out all the way into this corner, and we are going to start transitioning into very medium to low density in that space. But I think overall, I like the way all of this has turned out. I'm happy. We're starting to introduce a little more green in this space as we start moving away from the downtown, which I think is something that I quite like. I wasn't 100% sure how to fill out this area. I didn't know whether I should put green space here or not, but I think in the end the green space actually looks quite nice. And I try and converted some of these areas into parking along the sides of the road. This place is going to get a lot of action in terms of cars getting into that side, so I thought, you know, let me not try and make a park or anything like that. But then over here, I'd created a little park sort of cutaway through all of this space that will get you into this area and into the CBD. What I'm not entirely happy with is I see this didn't get deleted. That's why this looks so odd, but that should not be there. I think that's a little bit better. And yeah, I think overall, I'm happy with the height. I'm happy with the way everything is transitioning nicely. The only thing I don't like is this. I don't like these, I don't know, errors or warnings or whatever they are. But I know if I go into the railway or the train menu and I grab this one, the double train track station, I should be able to kill it off without any warnings, which I think should be much better. There we go. All right. I am much happier with that. And then as we move over into the space, we'll densify things a little bit and make it all look nice and pretty. So that's what everything looks like. In terms of our unemployment, we created a few more jobs with all the different offices and stuff that we placed here. So our unemployment is being kept under beautiful wraps. And I think the whole area has come together very nicely. I like that skyline a little bit better now that I've introduced a little bit more height here. Maybe I might go back to the space and put maybe just one or two more that we can see sticking out on this side just to balance out the overall height of everything. So yeah, everybody, this is it. This is our downtown, almost all but complete. I'm hoping next video we will extend into this space and build out this area and try and just complete the entire downtown and then start making our way out to the surroundings of the city. Everything is coming together very nicely. Happy with the way everything is looking. I think next video as well, we'll try and get some trams moving in and about the city itself. Thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you enjoyed any elements of the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment of the things you would like to see, some of advice you might have, and so on. And don't forget to share the content, hit the subscribe button if you've been here a while and you haven't done so already. Big thanks to all of my YouTube members and patrons for all the extra support you continue to choose to show the channel. It is truly appreciated. Enjoy the cinematics of our beautiful expanding city, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Cheers!